And it was not surprising to see the numbers that we did, but again, we were waiting to see if the cold would affect things. Did not appear to be the case. Another protest we had been watching actually happened at the airport here in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, where about 100 people were arrested, as we understand from officials there. And the airport says that actually it was a planned demonstration. They had coordinated with staff, but once things went past these sort of agreed upon limits of where they could be, that's when arrests started happening, and they were peaceful, as we understand from organizers there. But it's really part of the fallout that we've seen after this shooting now more than 2 weeks ago to this point. Even the New York Times reporting that an FBI agent who sought to investigate, or at the very least review, a case into the ICE agent who shot Renee Good has resigned. And it also comes as we've also seen federal prosecutors resign, not just here in the Minneapolis area, but in districts across the country as well. So as these weeks go on, protests will continue, but those aspects of fallout, we will continue to monitor to see how far and wide-reaching this ends up going. Erin.
All right, Omar, thank you very much on the ground in Minneapolis. And I want to go now to Jason Kuhlman. He is the principal at 5-year-old Liam Conejo Ramos' school. And Jason, I appreciate your time. You know, I know that you actually have been to the boy's house. You spoke to his mother just moments after Liam was taken along with his father on Tuesday. I'll note, of course, ICE says that she didn't want to take the boy. That's what they have said. So I guess in that context and in your conversation, what was that conversation with her like?
Well, I think when we first were notified, she actually called our middle school right across the street and was talking to their principal and saying, "Would you please bring my older son home? I want to turn ourselves in. I do not want to break our family." And so once we received that call, we immediately went out to help support the family. We knew that she was hurting. So the principal at Columbia Academy and myself ran out there. And as we got there, the abduction was already gone. You know, they quick grabbed and then they went. And so we went in the house. We were the first ones in the house with mom. And she was very distraught. Like I said, she just wanted us to bring her older son to turn themselves in because they didn't want to break up their family. They're a loving family unit. They're supporting each other. And she was distraught. She didn't know what to do. The way she described it, that her Liam was pounding on the door and saying, "Mom, please let me in, please let me in." She knew that she had an older son that she also had to watch out for. And so that's why she didn't go to the door. She knew that she would also be picked up and taken with them, leaving the older son alone.
So I don't want to interrupt you, but just to be clear here. So when the administration says Liam was only taken into custody because his mother wouldn't take him, what you're saying is she felt she couldn't open the door because they would also take her, and then that would leave her other child alone. I mean, just the way that you're contextualizing this is very different than the tone of what they're saying.
Absolutely. Like I said, we were the first ones in. And again, just to help, to support, we were hoping to go to convince ICE personnel to leave the children with us, to leave Liam with me, so that we could reunite the family. And he was gone by the time we got there. Once we entered the house, mom was, like I said, she was distraught. I felt so bad for her. I gave her a great big hug, tried to console her, and then also started processing, like, what can we do? What are the next steps?
It's all very tragic. I mean, from what I understand, and maybe Jason, you know more, that the family, Liam's family, came into the United States in December 2024, so just about a year ago. They have a pending asylum case. My understanding is they have no order of deportation that would direct officials to remove them from the country, which obviously is actually the entire center of all of this, that they would have no order of deportation. The family's lawyer says that the father does not have a criminal record. So do you have any sense as to why they were taken?
They're brown. I'm going to speak my truth, is they were brown and they were picked up. I mean, we're experiencing that all over the Twin Cities area, and especially in Columbia Heights. There's racial profiling happening. I mean, we've had numerous parents picked up. Just at my school alone, we're looking at 19 or 20 families who had a mom or a dad taken. am I privy to all of their personal information? And if they have criminal histories, I am not. But I know them as parents in my school, and they love their children. We're talking moms. We're talking a dad who was bringing out garbage to the alleyway into his trash can, and he was abducted. And now mom's calling us to say, do you know anything about this? Again, I seen their asylum paperwork. I asked mom if she had paperwork to learn anything on how to best support them and to get Liam and his father back, and she showed us it. In my knowledge, I don't see any orders of deportation.
Well, and that's crucial. I mean, you've seen it. That's more than anyone else can say. You know, Liam's teacher sent us a statement about him. I mean, I understand he's a first grader. Liam is a sweet and curious student. You could tell he wanted to be at school and wanted to learn. Jason, I know I believe 2/3 of your population at school is Hispanic. You're talking about about 20 families who've already had a parent taken by ICE. What's happening in terms of what kids coming to school, kids learning anything? I mean, it doesn't seem like this is functional.
No, by any means, it's not functional. I mean, when you don't have just the basic needs met, and you don't have a sense of safety and security, it's very difficult to come to school and learn. We were delivering computers and supplies because we have a number of students whose parents don't feel safe coming out of the house, that they do not leave. And so we are bringing a online portion of our school up next Tuesday. So we had to deliver, like I said, Chromebooks today. We're delivering 120 meals a week to families, boxes of food, because they're scared. We know that it's not sustainable, but this is not, we're apolitical. We're not Republican. We're not Democrat. We're educators. We want to support our families, and we want to make sure that their students are feeling safe to come to school and learn. And it's not happening. I mean, we're doing the best we can. No one prepared us for this. No one prepared us to how to react to families getting taken or broken up, and how we have to pick up the pieces for our students.
I cannot even imagine, and the kind of the pressure and the trauma that is for you and all the teachers. Principal Jason Kuhlman, thank you very much. I appreciate your sharing all of this with us, because it's important information. It's new information, because we're just getting these statements that we get from ICE, and it's hard to know what the truth is. I want to bring in Jamal.